Welcome, and here we're looking at the US dollar on a daily chart. Look, it's bounced off the 80 as expected, but it also can be the low of wave 2, so we need to allow that to play out. If it crosses over the red line or thereabouts, then there's a bigger bear picture unfolding, and of course this is the same for the euro as well on the other side. Yeah, look, the thing is when you're using different platforms, they'll have different lows in play through here, and some may not have spiked and so forth, and then you've got the sort of index itself. So but we'd basically, if the 80 becomes a retested resistance, or group 2 down here, this area through here becomes breached, then we've got a problem. So probably better off looking at the euro making a new high at 137.40. If that was breached, then we'd be looking lower from there. But they're just drilling in here on that sort of 80 here to have a bit of a look at that. So as I mentioned, that can certainly be the low through here, and we just need to allow this to play out through here. And we need to allow it to play out in terms of the wave structure. Now, in this little bounce off the 80 here, we do have a 5-wave structure beginning, a 1, 2, a 3, 4, and a 5 here. So we're going to get, another 5 waves up through here. Okay, so that's pretty much, but that's as far as we can actually say for sure of what's going to happen. But this 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here, and because we've got 5 here, we'll get another 5. So there's certainly further upside there. So when we come and have a look at the euro, for instance, once again, we're looking for a potential top here as well, in terms of down for 1, ABC for 2, down for 1, ABC for 2. But if it takes out that high here, the sort of 137.38 area there, well then we've got a bullish picture emerging, and we'll be looking for further upside there. So look, both can possibly happen, so it's good not to get fixed on either of them. So just drilling in here a little bit, we can see that at 137 here, we can see the euro slowing down, struggling, all those sorts of things. But this is the 137.40 old high up through 38 old high up through here. So it's not that this is broken down, but because it's been struggling here, we can expect it to have more of a corrective pattern through here. So let's just drill in and have a look at this on the flip side here. So it's working across the level through here. It does look a little bit more bullish corrective here in its pattern, but we could say that the 136.72 area here, if that became the retested resistance, then we could start looking for short trades to the downside, because we have to basically allow this scenario to play out like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If that's what we've got here so far, then we'll be looking for an A and a B and a C here, and then we'll be looking for another 5 here. But beyond that, we can't say for sure. This move down through here is a 5, 3, 5 structure, but it can certainly be an A and a B and a C here. So it'd only be, confirmation would be if we got wave 4 here, then wave 5 here, then we'll have a 5-wave move to the downside here, and then that would give us confirmation, because if we got 5 here, then after a corrective move and a retest back up here, then we'll get another 5 here, and this is where we'd be looking to short from if that's the case. So we really do need to see this here, and then we have to wait for this, and then we can start moving in from that side. So there's no trade here in this market just yet, but it is slowly working itself into a into a corner. The 5 waves down through here are not the best looking 5 waves. It's a bit better on the on the US dollar, but basically down for 1, 2, 3, 4, well, an A and a B and a C for 4, and down for 5. So now we've got the A, the B, and the C rallying through here, and then we'll get another 5 down through here. That's the way it plays out through here. If support comes on the 137.20, then go long from that point. You could probably even do it from the 137.10 if it's been retested. You know, I mean, if it's not just poking up like this, but coming back and, you know, actually finding a support and then moving up from that point. Otherwise, we'll be moving down through here. And the Australian dollar is a little bit the same as well in its current high up through here. So there's a couple of ways this can play out, and I just think that it's, instead of making sort of assumptions, I just think we should work through the wave count we've got here, because we do have 5 waves up: the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5. Now, from this point here, there's a couple of things. This can all be an A, B, and a C here for basically an A and a B and a C here, and failing here and then moving down through here. But I also want to be mindful of this particular bullish count that we've got here as well, where we've got down from wave 4 down to wave 5, and then we're looking up here for wave 1. So after wave 1 and 5 waves, we basically get an A and a B and a C wave pulling back to the, you know, the textbook sort of 50-60% sort of retracement level as such, and that would be sort of in through here. So it's quite a way off just yet for this here, but you know, we need to you know, I just think there's going to be more. This is a medium level here, 90, and it hasn't found it as support or resistance yet. Okay, so we want to work from that point. So just any trading needs to be very short term. So with that said, the move up through here, it does count quite nicely as an A and a B and a C, and we can really look at that in a moment. But one of the main points that we need to look at right now, though, is that this move down through here, like the euro, is in a little 5-wave structure down through here. Now, it could develop into 1, 2, 3 and A, B, C, and then move further up, but it also could develop into 5 waves. So it still wouldn't give us any it wouldn't make us any better off, because, as I just mentioned, this can be an A wave down to here, a B wave to here, a C wave in 5 to here, and then move up from there. The other option we got from here is that because this is only 3 waves up here, we could get an A, B, and C here, short one, and then move up from there at that point there as well. So there's quite a few options here. So there's better trades in other places. But just looking at this from the high here, we've got a very clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down through to here, if you want to pull that on the 5-minute chart. Then the 2, then the whole 3rd wave here, then A, B, and C for the 4th, and probably down for the 5th here. If not, we've got a triangle. We've got an A, B, C, D, and E, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down here for the 5th wave here. So, but one way or another, this has got more downside potential. So you would only really look to go long. Well, 50 is always a nice number to go long on, that's for sure. But it's also nice to get in a bit early as well. So you can see that this is creating the head and shoulder kind of pattern through here. So that's where the supply is here. So support on 90.40 would see you to the upside. Otherwise, look down. But even in looking down here, you know, coming into 90, coming into group 1 here, it's going to be choppy and messy. I think there's better trades in, for instance, the Euro Australian. And last time we spoke, we were looking at this moving back down through here in an ABC correction to close to the 151 area here. That's pulled into play here. Now it looks like we're getting 5 waves to the upside. Okay, we've also got 5 waves to the upside here, so we're looking at this as potential wave 1 and wave 2, and if that's the case, we're looking for wave 3 here. We're going to see a strong move up here in this case here. So just drilling in here a little bit. The move up through here so far is starting, well, we were looking, last time we were looking for an A and a B and a C into this area. We've got that. So now we're looking for a move to the upside here. Now, with the upside here, we can pull this apart in a moment, but just in a bit of a nutshell here, we're looking for the wave 1, the wave 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for the 3rd wave here, or the 3rd wave, the 4th wave A, B, and C to here, and then the 5th wave up into here. That would give us 5 waves up to here, then the A, the B, and the C here, and then moving up from here. So that's what we're sort of looking at through there. The safest trade, of course, would be once this is the arrival here, this is the reaction, this is the first high above the level, this is the A, B, and C here, the classic trading levels pattern, but also a motive wave in Elliott terms, and then a move up from there. So, of course, this area in here, once after the correction and once support is found on 152 is the safest trade. You can take trades in here, but you'd have to leave the stops down under this point here. Don't put them here because they could be taken out in different ways up through here and so forth. So if you're trading this, if you're just a little lesson while we're here. So if you're looking for an impulse wave here as such, like this here, and you're looking to build a trade in long, and you're going long anywhere above this impulse wave up here, you really need to have the stop back down under the wave 2 here. Even if you're going long up through here, you just need to keep it safe, and you need to trade less to do that. Okay, I'm going to go over to the euro yen actually, because it's got the same sort of pattern, slightly different. But what we were looking for here last time too is we were looking for well, if I just squeeze in here a little bit, we had our little 5-wave structure up through here, so we're looking for an A and a B and a C, and I feel that that's complete now. And as you can see here, it's building to the upside now, isn't it? So we've got wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, and sideways for wave 4. So we're going to get wave 5 up into 140 area here, and then we're going to get an A and a B and a C here. So any long trade you put in here, keep the stop under here, and then just keep adding here. Because you get 5 waves here, we're going to get another 5 waves over here. But the beauty about this one is that you've got 5 waves up here for wave 1, or the A wave, doesn't make any difference. Then you've got the B wave here, so that high is going to get taken out. So we'll be looking for a trend up here, probably to the 150, because we want to see something longer than this trend here. So this is a good trade to take on. So buy here, put the stop under here. Once the 140 becomes the retested resistance, support rather, if I can just go in here. Okay, this is quite clear here, isn't it? Well, from my perspective anyway. So we've got wave 1, A, B, C for wave 2 here. All of the 3rd wave, the 4th wave, and the 5th wave is struggling up through here. Once that's in play, we'll see an A and a B and a C. This is good support through here now, and then we'll see move up through here. So, this may not come up to the 140 here as such, but this 5th wave here should be the same as wave 1 here. But once again, you've got to keep the stop when you're dealing with wave structures like this. You have to keep the stop out of bounds here, unless you're trading these small waves up. But because we're looking at a larger 3rd wave up here, up to 150, then you need to build a position. So you want to keep the stops well away and use position sizes that even if you didn't put any stops in, it wouldn't worry you. You could walk away from the market. Do you know what I mean? It's like it means actually nothing to you, and that's quite a difficult thing to do, because if it means nothing to you, it's sort of like, why put it on, so to speak. But building into a longer term trend, it takes a bit of strategy. It takes a bit of thought to build into it. Right. So the pound yen up through here is not as good looking as the other ones as such, because it's still working through the 170, and I'll just go into the smaller details here. Look, I'm not quite sure about this particular top here. We may have the 3rd wave at this point, and we've got an A wave and a B wave and a C wave to here. We could move up from here. So moving in on 170.30 is the go, but even a safer bet would be at the midpoint here. So 170.50 support on top of that will give you the uptrend from that point. So you can go long from that point. However, and you'd also see, in line with the other markets, you want to be looking at some sort of little structure like this here, and then getting back on here and taking those highs out, and away you go. But otherwise, we're going to be looking at this wave 4 here be a bit larger. So we'd be looking for, we'd be looking something down for 1, back for 2, something like this before we see any upside here. Okay, so if I just go back to the bigger picture here, the wave 4 here coming down to here first and then up through here. So the other two trades, the Euro Aussie and the Euro Yen, would be the best trades I can see on the block, unless you want to short the Australian dollar and just leave the stop above the market. Okay, that's it. Cheers.